Gorgeous is looking to work that, misses, not taken cleanly by the keeper and taken on the body. But there is no run. And the total remains at 60 for 1. Wearing over number 6. So beautiful outfield, well groomed. And you can see Nepal, a bit of shouting, trying to encourage one another. As umpire Bayam just holding things a little, as a few persons walk casually in front of the side screen, and I think he's now satisfied. It's August. He's driving at that beaten outside the off stump, and rather casually, keeper looking to underarm that onto the stumps. I think there was a bit of a lapse in concentration there by August. Hodge, a few paces down, have a long distance conversation as he walks away trying to compose himself. And he's defending very nicely, good delivery, and there is no runs. So far, pretty tidy over, and not going for many.
Well, he's picked up the lone wicket thus far for Nepal, and he's been quite nippy. That's Sampel Kami, and seems to be generating a fair amount of pace, Charlo.
Certainly. A surface that seemed to give him a bit of help. Pretty long run, and just turning on the 30-yard circle as well. August, again, good delivery. I think that taken on the glove and down to a short third man. He gets a single, and the total moves on to 61. So at the end of 6, it's 61. I think some 3 runs coming in that over. So a pretty decent over indeed.
Good tidy over coming there from Sohail. And just over 10 over here for the Windward Islands. If they continue, of course, with this scoring rate, we can expect a score well in excess of 200. But as I said, it's a fairly small venue here at Park Hill. But it's a nice, lush outfield, good weather here this morning. Nice cool flowing across, coming in from the Atlantic, and it's indeed a nice little setting, of course, you know, with the mountains in the background, and that's a beautiful view. Hopefully we'll show that to you sometime during the course of the game as the play will continue. Appears to be a new bowler from the northern end, and we'll get that for you in just a while as this delivery is played in that fine leg position into the boundary, and that's 4 runs to the Volcanoes. They're now up to 65 for the loss of just 1 wicket, losing the captain very early, and these two certainly taking this Nepalese attack to task as we're into the 7th over, and it's 65 for the loss of 1 wicket. And this one pushes him back, but he works it nicely into that mid-on position. Fielder from long on comes in and picked it up in the process. 1 more being added, and it's good to see, you know, that there have been some lusty blows in between, but very importantly, the fact that the singles are being taken, Charlo.
Definitely, they are rotating the strike, and that's very, very important in a T20 game to keep the scoreboard ticking, looking for the loose ones that you can dispatch at any time.
So Kavem Hodge, he's on 29. And the delivery that has him looking to work it off his pads. It took the pad. It's going to get very close to the fine leg boundary. There's Irie down there, picks it up. And first bounce there to the wicketkeeper in the process. 2 leg byes. And the total advances to 68 now for the loss of 1 wicket.
68 for 1. We are in over number 7.
Hodge. very experienced at the Windward Islands and regional level. And this one he pulls nicely into that whitish long on area, and that's 4 more.
Well, I think it was beautifully played, bisecting the long on and the mid wicket. And he was perfectly placed, and he just watched it. Was struck with some power as well.
Lovely shot there from Kavem Hodge. And really showing the intent here this morning as they're motoring along the Windward Islands Volcanoes. Hodge, this time Mosi Dates, nice punching down to that long off position, and they'll sneak a second, and as if the player down there, it was definitely.
Yeah, I think Hodge had initially settled for 1. Oggy saw the opportunity, called him through, and in the end he got it very comfortably.
Very much.
But one of the things I admire so far of Kavem Hodge, you can see he's using that experience, having played at the test level, and he has really grown in stature, I would say.
Hodge to this delivery is he was looking to probably hike that somewhere over mid wickets. Took the bottom edge of the bat, and luckily for him didn't really spoon, and in the process just 1 run added.
Well, it went over the head of the keeper Asif, and they got a single. So at the end of over number 7, it's 75 going at 10.5. So good start by the win, and we'd really want to capitalize. So there is a changing bowling here at the southern end. He's trying to pick up the names on the back of the shirts.
Yeah, that's Kumar Jha, Gulshan.
Yes.
And some pace being reintroduced. Volcanoes losing their captain. This delivery is wide and played nicely there by Hodge. He was looking to probably full blast, even 28 onto that deep extra cover boundary, but it was a little square, more close to the point fielder, the backward point fielder.
Good morning, Anthony. And let me say welcome to
1 more added to the total. Now up to 76 for the loss of 1. Gulshan moves back to his mark.
Interestingly, you note that Hodge made a few advances down the track. I think that indicates the confidence he has.
Without a doubt. Gulshan races past the umpire, and this one is wide outside the off stump, and played nicely there. Got on top of it, and I think he's played more of a holding role.
Yeah, and allow Hodge to do the attacking. Total moves on to 77. 77 for 1. We're in over number 8.
And Gulshan now they're at the top of his run, and will now turn. Races in to bowl to Kavem Hodge, and Hodge is down the wicket, driving, and well, I lost a bit of that, didn't realize it came off. Thought there was a bit of pad in, that's not the case.
Inside edge out to square leg. Total 78 for 1. Oggies comes back in strike. He's 26. Hodge on 38.
And that's going to be over the fence. 6 runs.
Well, it was
struck
in the slot, and he went over extra cover, clearing the boundary with ease. And the extra cover, orthodox extra cover, there was no danger in the shot. He deliberately played it, got a maximum. The total rushes on to 84.
So the Windward Island Volcanoes, as I said earlier on, they're really erupting here this morning. And of course, we're in the northern part of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This is considered to be red zone area, Charlo. So anything explosive is expected this morning as Gulshan races in. And this one is outside the off stump and worked nicely into that deep backward square leg position. And 1 more added to the total. It's on to 85 for the loss of 1. And Just before the team started this morning, there was a minute's silence for the passing of a late Vincentian cricketer, Dyke Cato, who would have represented St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and certainly within these parts and the northern part of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, well-known, Charlo.
A very household name here at Park Hill.
Gulshan this time to bowl to Hodge. Hodge is beaten outside the off stump. He was prodding forward and had absolutely no knowledge there. Through to the wicketkeeper, and good comeback there from Gulshan.
Ending to the over, having been struck for some 8 or so runs in that over, but really coming and finishing strong. So at the completion of 8 overs with the Windward Islands, 85 for 1.
So still maintaining that 10+ scoring rate here this morning at the Park Hill playing field. It's not the blistering sun that we are accustomed to. There's a bit of a cloud cover, but no concern with regards to rain, and a nice decent breeze. As you see the flags in the distance, they're fluttering, and must be pleasant for the Nepalese cricketers out there. First time here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and they are certainly going to be playing their group matches at the Arnesville playing field. So, new bowler to be introduced from the northern end. And that's Pratis. This time we'll be bowling to August. And just a change in the personnel as far as the fielding is concerned. Player going to that deep mid-wicket boundary, and what is considered to be a sort of short fine leg put in place. So here comes Pratish, and fielder comes off of that deep mid-wicket position. One more added to the total.
So the total on to now 86 for 1. We're in over number 9, and Ogisi moves on to 34 with that single, and the aggressive Kevin Hodge, who's on 38, comes back into strike.
Hodge out of Dominica, and yes, would have had that test series down under for the West Indies, where he
had a couple of half centuries.
Yes, practice. And Hodge is driving. I don't think he was looking for that area, more on the offside. Got the inside edge and rolled out into that mid-on position. Nonetheless, 1 run completed. Total advance is on to 87.
So again, we see that rotation of the strike, the right-hand, left-hand combination. Umpires moving from left to right.
Practice to August, and this one works nicely into that mid-on position. The long on is off the fence, and good return coming in, but I believe, no, the finger is up, he's run out. Calvin Hodge goes.
From the moment I saw it, I thought it was rather suicidal. Was, I think, pushing it a little too far. And umpire Butler in the right position didn't hesitate, raised that dreaded finger. Hodge goes. I think he would be very disappointed in the way he got out.
Certainly. The ball was dropped into that mid-on position, but the fielder was quickly off the fence, wasted no time in getting that return back into the stumps.
And that was hit rather firmly.
Yes.
So it's really, I think it was definitely a suicidal single.
So the Volcanoes, they've lost their second wicket, 88 for the loss of 2. And I believe the new batsman coming to the crease should be Teddy Bishop.
Should be. Youngster, very slimly built.
Yes, out of Grenada. And would have had that one ODI for the West Indies. Unfortunately, didn't produce the runs that many, especially in Grenada, were looking for. But he has certainly a long road ahead of him, and can only get better going forward, Charlo.
Well, once he's decided to do the hard work, and only get better going forward. So he would have to buckle down and really work at his game.
So Nepal will be happy with that wicket. Of course, they were certainly under the gun of Kavem Hodge, being supported by Augustine, and to see the back of him, hopefully will bring some relief to this Nepalese attack. Practice it is. Runs past umpire Butler, and one that he just hikes. That's going to sail away, and that's 6 more added to the total.
Again,
dismissive
on the body and nonchalantly played over deep backward square, and clearing the ropes for 6, and the total hustles on to 94.
94 for the loss of 2. So
they are maintaining that run, that scoring rate, that run rate above 10.
It's just so very much important. And this is a Windward Island Volcanoes team that there's no Sonny Lambers, there's no Andre Fletcher. Of course, Fletcher pretty much still part of the West Indies outfit as a fringe player. Obed McCoy, also part of the reserve unit for the West Indies, and one would not expect them to see them here today, but it's still a fairly strong side here this morning.
Pretty good lineup. I just had a word with Sonny Lambers a while. He's carrying an injury, but quite a lot of youngsters in the Windwarders, and have an opportunity now to showcase their skills.
Without a doubt. And we've been seen, of course, on the Asian continent. So all those people in Nepal, this is beautiful St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And during our break, we'll show you some images of this gem, as this delivery is, well, didn't get a touch. I was finding at it outside the off stump. And umpire Butler at one moment appeared as if he was going to signal a wide, but didn't do so.
Well, a second thought, and he's in the perfect position. So 41 to Ogis, and Bishop yet to get off the mark.
Here's practice. And this one, Ogis is beaten and is stumped. Is he?
Yes, he is.
Yes. And the wicketkeeper was up.
And that's the thing about cricket. A good partnership, they fall off one wicket and then the other follow. And Windward's really from a position of 80 odd for 1, they are now 94 for 3, and he has to make his way back. It's like so it's look at Descartes coming into bat. He can strike the ball. I know that he is a powerful striker of the cricket ball as well. I've seen him in the VPL. Knows that he can really hit this ball a pretty long way. So at the end of over number 8, it's 94 for 3. Eddie losing 2 quick wickets there.
Yes, without a doubt, and these two certainly will want to consolidate and, very importantly, give the Volcanoes a good total of which they can defend. As a new bowler, that's Sagar Dakal, will come in and just worked into the offside. Fielder from that short point position comes around and picks up, and very importantly, no run out.